Okay, so state your name. I know you're an SMP artist, and I'm just trying to let other con- I'm just trying to let other potential males understand how SMP has changed your life. So I want, if you can, share your experience from the bottom of your heart, how this life-changing procedure has changed your life.
Okay. For everyone who doesn't know me, my name is Victor. I am from North Carolina. Um, so my experience with scalp micropigmentation, I was actually introduced by social media, and it took me quite some time to actually pull the trigger. When I decided to pull the trigger, I actually flew outside of the U.S. to get it done. But the first time, I didn't want it to shave. I didn't have any clue about SMP and what was the outcome. So I didn't want to shave. Like that was like the first step that I wasn't ready at the time. So once I got my first session of SMP, I felt great. I definitely, gave me, it filled in a few areas in the crown, but my hairline wasn't quite where I wanted to be because at the time, since I'm a barber, I didn't feel like at the time there was artists that was doing natural hairlines.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a barber, most barbers likes to have that sharp barbershop edge up look, but I honestly didn't think that it would fit me. And from there, once I met Masood from Canada, he was actually the one that did my SMP the second time.
Okay.
When I got my second session, the first time, I had a botch work. Yeah. So I went for my third session with Masood, and he goes and he says, Victor, what the fuck is this? And I'm sorry, my language.
No, it's all good.
Okay. And I go up to him saying, hey, thinking that I had a great procedure. And he goes and he pointed out all the mistakes that was done. And at the time, I was actually ready to shave.
Yeah.
And at the time, he was the only one that I saw how natural his hairline was. And I really liked everything that he got going on. So from there, he goes and pointed out all the mistakes.
Wow.
Um, he fixed it.
Yeah.
He did that SMP repair. However, when you have a botch work, still the blowouts gonna be there. So I was wearing that SMP that he fixed for quite some time, like 3 years after, and I was tired of it because I started training. I started doing a lot. I was so involved with SMP because I had a passion for it. So I was teaching my students what was the proper way to do SMP, but then when they would look at my head, they would see blowouts. So at that time, I was like, I need to fix it. I did my research on laser, and I actually got my first session of laser in San Diego by a great company. It's actually one of the biggest companies here in the U.S. And from there, I built a good relationship with that company, and I saw how the potential it was into the laser business. I'm the type of person that I look into to a business, and I always do my research before I get into it. The only thing is that whenever I got my botch work, it was in a conference, so there was so many people around, and I think that the artist felt some kind of way, or he just wasn't in his comfort zone. So that was the reason why I received the botch work. So it wasn't because I just went with whoever, because I actually did my research, both times. And so once I got my laser treatment, I'm like, I need to offer this. So I decided to do my research and okay, well, I need to have XYZ to be able to open a laser clinic in my hometown. So I actually had someone else finishing up my laser removal in my own clinic. And so from there, that's when I started offering laser treatment. Efren, my business partner, he was actually the one, and Tony from Puerto Rico, he was the one who actually did my SMP. So it was a collaboration of them two, plus one of my students
After your removal?
after my removal.
Okay.
Yeah. So the good thing is that I only needed 3 sessions. I didn't need a lot because my procedure wasn't as botched as what you usually see out there, but it still wasn't up to my standards.
Yeah.
So Tony, Efren, and one of my students, his name is Fabricio, he actually works with me. Those 3 guys actually did my SMP the second time,
Oh, wow.
the way how I wanted it,
Yeah.
and Yeah, and I actually got my beard done as well.
I didn't even tell.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've done laser, I've done SMP twice,
Yeah.
and I've also done a beard transplant
What?
as well. Yeah.
Where did you fill up in here?
I didn't want it. I actually liked
You
that.
did the inside?
I did that inside a little bit,
Ah, okay.
but I didn't want the whole beard to be full.
Yeah, yeah, so natural.
I got about 1,800 grafts.
Yeah.
I did the FUE. I actually decided to get my beard
Did you fly
transplant.
away for this one?
So since I'm a technician,
Yeah.
we actually had a patient who did a beard transplant,
Okay.
and he's actually pretty famous. He's been in movies and he's been in all over. So we got him in the clinic, and just by looking at his results after getting his beard done, that's when I jumped in because I was really like skeptical. I've been really skeptical from day one, from SMP, from laser, from because it's you see and you hear a lot of
You
bad
see-
experiences.
Yeah.
And there's great people out there, but you just have to do your research. That's one thing that I take.
So
away.
how many years did it take you till you decided to jump the gun for your first session of SMP?
It took me 6 months.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
but at the time there was nobody. At the time there was.
Also, there were
nobody.
like barely any artists to choose from,
Mm-mm.
and not enough
Here
showcase.
in the U.S. there was only like maybe like 3 companies
Oh,
at the
wow.
time. And
What year is this?
it was back in 2017,
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah, I didn't get into it till 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once I jumped in and pulled the trigger, I decided to actually learn and get it done at the same time.
Okay, so from the bottom of your heart, you're so happy. Like I couldn't even tell that you did a beard. I didn't even know. And like, yeah, looking from above, it looks so natural. I can still see the impressions. Like it's not migrated. And it's exactly how you want it. I don't know. Like show the camera. No, show the camera.
So after you get SMP and after I dive into the industry, I started to learn a lot about pigmentation, a lot
Yeah.
about pigments, needles, a lot about the healing, like how much glycerin do you need in the pigment. Like there's so much knowledge that
Yeah.
it goes into it that that's one of the things that I wanted. I wanted to get the best results, and I wanted to. I don't want anybody to know that I have SMP
Yeah.
because in reality, in my area, that's
Yeah.
one of the things that they look at.
Yeah.
My area, a lot of people don't like that hard line,
Yeah.
so I catered to that
To the natural.
natural hairline. And
Yeah.
after, from the bottom of my heart, I don't regret anything that I went through in my journey.
Yeah. It's a learning experience.
Because I think that SMP has pretty much changed my life, not only in the professional field, but also giving me the confidence that I needed. Because before SMP, I was really shy. I was really, I was the type of person, I was so introverted.
Yeah.
I would be so nervous to go and talk to someone.
Before SMP.
Before SMP.
Was it an insecurity?
Insecurity, yeah.
Ah.
And then also, I was going through some issues with my weight
Yeah.
as well.
What weight?
When I moved to the US, I gained so much weight. I was like over 200 pounds.
Okay, you look half of that then.
Yeah. Actually, I've been gaining some lately.
That's
So
enjoying
it's-
life.
Yeah, but yeah. So going through hair loss, going through weight problems, it definitely hits you, and having a support system is one thing that it's important.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing your experience. You fucking
Yeah.
killed it. You killed it. And I'm so thankful that you spoke and shared your story.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm all about sharing my story, and like I said, I need to be out there more and share.
Yeah.
Because
well,
it
this will
is
be out
really
there
important.
for sure. Like, because I'm interviewing all these guys with SMP because I'm obviously a woman without SMP, but I do see it in my studio, in my clinic, how my clients are just so happy and thrilled. And then they come for me for touch-ups. And then, like, we build this relationship with our clients, too. And they're just so happy, And I love changing lives. Like, we're both barbers here. We've been in the industry, and, like, reasons why we're barbers is because like, we like making people feel good and we want them to make them look good. So SMP is like 10 times
I'm
more.
actually glad that I was able to meet you in person because it's
Yeah.
been a while that I've been following you and I've been following what you
Yeah.
do. And we chat here and there, but we never got into
we never
like,
met.
yeah.
Yeah, so
But
it's
awesome.
really
Thank you
nice.
so much.
Yes. Can I hug?
Yeah, of course.